full of animosity, full of hatred, full of fornication, and full of everything. Anytime a person can notice that you are different than them,
right,
and they give you that different name, and they look at you and they say, well, this guy walked like that Christ fellow. So even though they said it, and it's like a derogatory statement, but it was a good thing.
Sure. Well,
so in this day and time now, who do we actually call a Christian? Because it looked like we both act the same.
Yeah, that's a wonderful point. That's I love the way you said that, because today, it's a wonderful segue to language. Now, Art was going when he gets here. I told him to focus on language, okay, as we focus on this whole speaking in tongue issue. Okay. Now, I like to do some fun things.
Okay.
But before I go there, again, finishing my whole rule book thing is, when it comes to tongues, I don't like to joke around or mess with people.
Right.
Who, see, if you have a belief system, I don't tease you on that belief system.
Right.
Because it's offensive, and the Apostle Paul discourages us from doing that.
It's your belief.
Absolutely. It's your belief. So we should not. For instance, I'm going to do a show on tithing, which is another big thing. But if you are a firm believer of it, I should not be joking around with and telling you're an idiot.
It's offensive.
It's absolutely offensive.
Yes.
Matter of fact, who was it? Was it Paul that said something about you even eating meat?
Yes.
Okay.
He said if eating meat, we always say if my eating meat is offensive to my brother. But Paul said if my eating meat makes my brother to offend.
That's good.
Which is completely different.
It sure is.
Literally means if it causes him to stumble and fall, then Paul said, I will not eat meat.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very important that whatever we do, though we have a liberty and the freedom to do it, we should not abuse our brother who may be weak.
That's good. That's good. Push that mic a little closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get closer. Let me get in my preaching voice.
Yeah, because I want the people to hear it. Okay. I had Calvin on yesterday, and I was listening to the rebroadcast, and he was kind of faint.
Gotcha.
In the audio, and I just want the people to be as close. I want them to hear you. Now, when it comes, and D will help you because D don't, he don't let us just have a bad show because it makes him look bad.
I got you.
So he'll be coming around and pushing your face up against the wall. Now I'm gonna ask you these questions, okay, about the origin of words and phrases, and that, because Rodney, the English language is really kind of messed up.
It is.
All right,
it's jacked up.
It is jacked up, and it's not an original. Every time you look in a dictionary, you see a word, one of our words, it always
comes from the Latin, comes from somewhere
Greek,
else.
Italian, you name it. Yeah, so we don't. And then our language changed, don't it?
Right.
So
yes, it does.
So are you gay today?
Yes, I'm gay today.
Okay. Yes. I'm gay too.
Yes.
D, well,
he looks gay.
He looks gay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And which means what?
Happy.
Okay. Right.
That's what it means.
Right. Okay. So, but it changed down through the years.
Yes.
Okay. And so certain subcultures take words and now they place it to what they are, and then now you can't use it anymore.
Exactly.
Without
being looked upon as though you have a knowledge of what the word means, but just because you have a knowledge doesn't mean that you should use that word now.
Wow. See, somebody said that cussing is okay because the original meaning of them meant something else that was less offensive.
Oh, wow.
So they cuss now because they said, well, the original meaning didn't mean that.
Right.
For instance, we call homosexuals faggots.
Right.
But a faggot is a cigarette.
That's right.
Okay? That's the original.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. But so can I still use this term even though I know the original meaning of it was not offensive?
That's a yes and a no, because you would be using it in today's terminology.
Okay.
Communication, words is all about communication. And the key point of communication is that the person who you're speaking to understood what you're saying.
So once they understand what you're saying, that will determine whether you should use it or you shouldn't use it.
Correct.
I see. Okay.
But if you're not sure, Your Uncle Nathan said a hint to the wise is sufficient.
Right.
He says, so he stopped hinting.
Oh, okay. He stopped hinting. God rest Uncle Nathan.
Yes, may he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
Yes.
No, that's a wonderful way of putting it. So if I use a cuss word, knowing it's offensive to the general public, and the general public don't know the origin of it, but I know the origin of it, so I think I use it.
Right.
I should not use it.
You should not use it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because today, if you use that term in the eyes of everybody, you're cussing.
You're cussing. That's good. See, I knew what I was doing when I had whoever your name is on the show. D to the second power. Okay, now I like watching the History Channel, and this is all segues into our tongues. We'll get to tongues. Okay,
sure.
But
Take your
again,
time.
we're going to go into the backstory. I got 2 hours with you. You already went to work today. You ain't going to work.
Yes, yeah. That was,
So what? You got a wife at home? Who cares?
Yeah.
we don't care about your wife.
Right.
So.
Honey, don't kill him.
Don't kill him, honey. Don't kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. So, circus. You've heard the name circus, right? The word circus. What do you think a circus is?
I think it's a place where they display the works of the animals and whatnot.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
With the animals, the monkeys, with all of the organ,
Did you say organ players? Ooh, I'm glad the music people ain't here today.
What you say?
Okay, well, watch this. Ancient Rome, it was called Circus Maximus. It was the Latin word for ring, a round ring like you wear on your finger, or your collar. The Latin word for ring is curcus.
Okay.
Curkus, like curcus. Or circus, and that's where it comes from. It's a round thing, and back in the Circus Maximus, that's where they had the gladiator fights,
right?
Okay, and that's where they were crucifying the Christians because they used the Christians for the animal food, for the lion food. Okay, now watch this. Going to a carnival, what is that to you?
It's the same thing as a circus, but it has other events in it other than the circus. There are other types of games.
Okay.
Amusements.
Sure. Prizes
that you can win.
Sure. Okay. Well, watch this. It's actually a Christian term. I didn't know this. A celebration 40 days before Easter, which is Lent.
Right.
So carne, C-A-R-N-E, in Latin means meat. And lavarium means removal. So carnival is the removal of meat. So what they do is they eat everything before, like we do before we fast.
Right.
So I'm gonna fast tomorrow, so I'm gonna eat everything in my refrigerator.
Exactly.
So it can last me through my fast. You fool.
So you was fasting every day when we was coming up. You ate everything.
Yes, that I did. Mardi Gras. You've heard of that?
Yes.
Where is that usually held?
Where? Yeah, one of them islands.
Islands.
Yeah, there.
Well, Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday.
Yes.
It's a day before Lent.
Very interesting.
Mardi
I've only heard bad things about Mardi Gras.
And you will always hear only bad things about
Yes.
Now watch this. Steal your thunder. He stole my thunder.
Yes.
What's that mean?
That means you did something, but someone else got the praises for it.
Okay. A theologian. Well, watch this. A playwright named John Dennis wrote a really bad play in 1709.
Now, question. Point on the speaker.
Sure.
In today's time, bad means good.
See, that's good.
Michael Jackson said he was bad.
He was bad. That's right.
Really, he was. But then, y'all said he was good.
Right.
So he wrote a bad play. Bad as in good or bad as in bad?
That's pretty good. If bad as in horrible, okay? Okay. So he wrote a really bad play in 1709. All right. He invented a device that simulated the sound of thunder.
Okay.
Well, have you heard you take metal thing like that? Okay. Well, he invented that.
Okay.
Back in 1709. They closed down his play because it was that bad. Okay. All right. Now watch this. Now he invented this thunder machine, but another play was using his thunder machine in their scene.
Got you.
So he wrote a letter to the station, and he says they closed down my show, and he said, and I can't believe they stole my thunder. Yes, that's what that means. That's where it comes from. Yeah, watch
History
this.
is very important.
History is amazingly important.
Yes.
What is a heckler?
Oh, it's a very good question. Isn't that something that laughs?
Okay, to heckle someone, like usually you hear the word heckler when someone's on stage and they're a comedy act,
right.
And there's a heckler in the audience.
Oh, yes, he's the person who laughs at something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, he's not necessarily laughing. He really ain't laughing because
Right.
he's heckling the guy who's supposed to make you laugh.
Exactly. He's making fun of him.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well,
So,
that's good. Textile workers in Scotland
mm-hmm.
had the job of combing out fibers before they were turned into cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so heckler was the name of that job.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he was the comber of the fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, the textile industry unionized, and they would strike.
Mm-hmm.
So the most militant workers were not the weavers or the spinners,
mm-hmm.
but the hecklers.
Mm.
They would interrupt meetings and shout out questions.
Gotcha.
So now today, a heckler is a person who would interrupt others in public.
But if you really look at the history of these words,
mm-hmm.
and if you can really go into the back of your mind, you can kind of
You still can.
put
You
them
sure
all
can.
together and
Yeah.
understand.
Absolutely.
It almost is the same meaning, though it
Yeah,
sounds
veers,
like it's not, but you can understand it on another level.
That's good. Absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes, you can look at the root word and
mm-hmm.
you can pin them. Watch this, but in different languages too, Spanish and French, some of those words you can pick out what it probably mean in English.
Exactly.
Some of those words, because again, earlier we stated that the English language is borrowed
mm-hmm.
from some of the other languages. Everything. Yeah.
Even from itself.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Watch this. What does it mean to be upstaged?
Upstaged?
Usually they say don't work with animals and kids because they'll upstage you.
Very good question.
Yeah. You ever heard that?
No.
Okay. Have you heard that, D? To be upstaged? Oh, yeah.
I think I heard it maybe in the,
You're going to hear
many years
You're going to
ago.
hear it a lot now after this show.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you buy a new car today.
Mm-hmm.
You say, oh, man, I like that car. And then you drive it out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every time you turn a corner,
you're going to see one.
You're going to see that car?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's what's going on here. Watch this. Before the 20th century, the stages were built slanted like balconies.
Gotcha.
Okay? So the back of the stage was called the upstage. So anybody upstage would be standing behind the actor or the star
mm-hmm.
who was standing downstage.
Stage.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was standing, you on stage and you're the head guy, but somebody was standing behind you,
mm-hmm.
everybody looking at him because he's standing upstage.
Upstage. Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's what it means.
Yeah.
So upstage simply means I'm preaching and somebody come and interrupt me, or somebody you know how you musicians are in church?
How are they?
Right. And the last one here is why is playwright
mm-hmm.
spelled PLAYWRIGHT? Playwright. Because to write something is spelled
WRITE.
Right. But playwright is not spelled that way. Playwright is spelled WRIGHT.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know this.
Right. I didn't even know that, but
Right, exactly. Because when I would spell it RITE, my spell checker would correct it.
Right.
Like,
and your spell checker would write RITE.
Right. Shut up.
Your spell checker with the OR high school.
Hey, for those of you who go to OR high school, we the views and opinions of Rodney Jones.
Yeah, it's not expressed.
It's not expressed. Oh, he expressed it already. Watch this. Disclaimer. There you go. Because in old English days, a craftsman's was called a wright. WRIGHT. That's what a craftsman was called.
Yes.
So if you made a horse cart, you were considered a cartwright.
Gotcha.
If you made the wheel, you were considered a wheelwright.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, a person who wrote plays was considered a playwright.
Now, we call that, what's that iron bar, that iron fence that's in front of your house?
Jail.
Yeah, in front of your house. I'm talking about everybody else's house.
The iron fence?
Yes. What do they call it?
Oh, it's the rod iron?
Yes. What's the word?
What's
you just
the
said it.
I did? Rod?
Rod or wrought?
Oh, it's not rod. Although we say rod, don't we? But it's a wrought iron.
Wrought iron.
It sure is.
Is it wrought? Spell the wrought. And what's the purpose of the wrought iron?
Oh, I don't know. Help me out. I think you should. She said you should ask God.
Check it out. Wrought iron. If it be right, then it'll place you into the WIRGHT.
Okay.